Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha News. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the headlines. Rajya Sabha passes the Ayurveda Teaching and Research Institute Bill 2020. Many members underscore need to tackle the problem of quackery in the field. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu requests Union Health Minister to consider setting up an Ayurveda Research Institute in every state. Upper House holds discussion on Health Minister's statement regarding the COVID-19 pandemic and steps taken by the government. From the public health system to the administration's response, members cover various aspects of the outbreak across the country. And many issues of public importance raised through zero-hour submissions. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu directs government to check veracity of allegations that China-linked company is monitoring prominent Indians and organizations. Parliament on Wednesday approved the Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda Bill 2020 on Wednesday after the Upper House passed it. Lok Sabha had passed the bill in the previous budget session. The bill paves way for establishment of an Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda in Jamnagar, Gujarat. Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan, who piloted the bill in the Lok Sabha, said it was a big initiative to take Ayurveda to an international platform. He also asserted that special emphasis will be placed on research in the field for better recognition and acceptance across the world.
Sir, on every parameter, we can most objectively certify and say that right now, this is probably the #1 institution which deserves this status. I can only say, sir, that it is a very humble beginning. So I'm sure once we make this humble beginning with one institution, which will catch the attention of the international community also because of the work that it is already doing, which has got international recognition in so many fields, this will make a very good beginning for other institutions to grow up in their stature so that they can later on in future be considered by the Parliament for giving the stature.
The bill provides for conglomerating the cluster of Ayurveda institutes at Gujarat Ayurveda University campus in Jamnagar, Institute for Postgraduate Teaching and Research in Ayurveda, Sri Gulab Kunwarba Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, and Institute of Ayurveda Pharmaceutical Sciences, including Pharmacy Unit. The Institute of National Importance will be a center to promote quality and excellence in education, research, and training in the field of Ayurveda and allied disciplines. Cutting across party lines, members participated in the discussion on the bill. Several members underscored the need to address quackery in the Ayurvedic sector and demanded that such an institute should be established in each state in the country. Let's listen in.
I believe, and I think the House also believes, that the Institute of National Importance can only be declared and designated based on their deeds and performance, and it cannot be designated just based on the will of the government, sir.
So what I'm objecting to is not against the institute merging of 3 into a national institutes or institutes of prominence, but this kind of practice should go. There should have to be some kind of a standard protocol available to you, the criteria as to how you are making institutes of national eminence.
Each state must have such an institute. It is not only one state, and every state in India must have such an institute of national importance for uniform growth and penetration of in the field of Ayurveda, sir.
We have to give importance to each state, as our previous member said. We have to have a national important institute, each state, not only particular state, Gujarat, but Tamil Nadu also have to consider. That is my request, sir.
The Lancet study also cautions about the safety of Ayurvedic preparations, as it points to several reports of heavy metals toxicity due to these drugs. I would like the my apprehensions to be clarified by Honorable Minister, and I support the bill.
Thank you.
Homeopathy and Ayurveda has to be supported by all means because they can prevent this pandemic in such a way. They cannot treat it now, but they can prevent it. That preventive abilities, the capacity to prevent this disease is now almost proved in the whole country.
Could we have achieved the same goal by strengthening the existing institutions? Because an old house can be renovated at a much lesser cost.
Right.
Ultimately, making it a home than a house is more important. So the soul and the spirit, if it is there, I think the objectives can be met.
Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu also requested Health Minister to consider the demand to set up an Ayurveda Research Institute in every state.
Honourable Minister, there is a demand for setting up a research institute of Ayurveda in every state. Please keep that in mind. The cost, no, really, you observed every member was saying that shows the importance of the subject as well as their interest in this traditional. Every state for that matter, I don't want to take your time, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Bengal. Every state has got its own speciality.
The Rajya Sabha also held a discussion on the statement made by Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan on Tuesday regarding the COVID-19 pandemic and the steps taken by the government. Initiating the discussion, Congress MP Anand Sharma urged the government to speak to states about improving the public health system. BJP member Vinay Sahasrabudhe said chief ministers were consulted numerous times during the decision-making process and also the implementation of lockdown. Members cutting across party lines took part in the discussion.
Pass on our condolences to every single health worker, doctor, nurse, police, to their families who have lost their lives. And first, the people who have been in the front line and those who have lost their lives in this pandemic.
And economically, as some of the members are pointing out, our position is the lowest. So far the GDP is concerned during the corona time, our economic suffering is concerned during the corona, economic setback is concerned, I think we are the lowest in the world. And so far as this epidemic is concerned, we are going to the first position.
Many other countries have declared so many packages up to 21% of the GDP. Our package contains only 1% of the GDP or other amounts from banks. Government has not put any assistance to the state governments.
Sir, we can, by way of experience and by way of the statements and all other statistics that are available, we are in a very precarious condition. Sir, India is crossing 50 lakh active cases today. And the mortality rate yesterday was 80,000 and today it is 82,000. Sir, may I humbly say, sir, the life of a human being has become so insignificant that they are just a number in this world today.
And Chairman Naidu on Wednesday directed the government to check the veracity of allegations that a technology company with links to China is monitoring prominent Indians and organizations in its global database of foreign targets. The chairman's direction came after member K.C. Venugopal raised the issue during Zero Hour.
Making a zero-hour submission, member K.C. Venugopal cited a news report on allegations of Chinese tech spying on Indian leaders. He asked the government to step in, open an investigation and take the initiative for a global dialogue.
Indian Express reported that a Shenzhen-based technology company with links to Chinese Communist Party and Chinese government, tracking over 10,000 Indian individuals and organizations in its global database of foreign targets. This includes, sir, very shocking thing, the President of India and also you, sir, Vice President of India and the Prime Minister of India,
right,
and the opposition leaders including Congress President is there, and Chief Ministers, MPs and Army Chief and industrialists. This is a major area of concern, sir. I would like to know from the government whether the government has taken note of it. If so,
Right.
what action has been taken because
Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu admitted the seriousness of the matter.
Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, please take note of this. It has appeared prominently. So inform the concerned minister and see what can be done and find out the veracity also.
The government assured the House of taking up the matter seriously. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Several other important issues of public interest were also raised during Zero Hour on Wednesday in the Upper House. Let's take a look.
Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad.
Leader of opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad raised the issue of unemployment among engineers in Jammu and Kashmir.
2003 से लेकर तो 15,000 अनएम्प्लॉयड जो इंजीनियर हैं वो कंट्रैक्टर बन गए थे, अपनी रोजी कमाते थे। लेकिन 4 दिन पहले सरकार ने उन तमाम सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप सिस्टम को ही खत्म किया और इतने 15,000 जो इंजीनियर थे वो अब सड़क पे आ गए हैं। मैं केंद्रीय सरकार का ध्यान दिलाता हूं कि उन 15,000 इंजीनियर्स को दोबारा से वो सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप की स्कीम शुरू की जाए।
Member P. Bhattacharya demanded a national homeopathic helpline.
Like allopathic medicine, there should be the national homeopathic helpline. Helpline composed of experienced homeopathic doctors to extend the treatment for the reaching of the every home. Research for development of homeopathic vaccination to be expedited. These will gain a new financial impact in the health sector.
Member Javed Ali Khan voiced concern over the payment of a wheat procurement price. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu also admitted the seriousness of the issue.
पिछले 3 वर्षों में इस प्रकार का जो व्यय किसानों से लिया गया था उसकी प्रतिपूर्ति या भुगतान आज तक नहीं किया गया है। मैं आपके हस्तक्षेप की मांग करता हूं, क्या सरकार की कोई ऐसी मद है जिसमें बगैर रसीद के भुगतान किया जा सकता है और सरकार कब वापस करेगी ये 72 करोड़ रुपया उत्तर प्रदेश के किसानों का और 390 करोड़ रुपया।
Member Vandana Chavan underscored the need to upgrade digital infrastructure to supplement shortfall in the online learning.
There are only 30 internet subscribers in rural areas per 100 population. Beside the poor connectivity, intermittent electricity and non-availability of devices is making digital education inaccessible to students in the rural area. I urge the government to upgrade the digital infrastructure on a war footing, and secondly, to make at least a basic digital device available to every student who has no access to one.
Member Swapan Das Gupta raised the issue of closure of a Vishwa Bharati University since 17th of August 2020.
Certain central forces ensure the security of this university by the deployment, partly because the local administration seems unresponsive to the demands of the university.
Member Mallikarjun Kharge demanded a detailed study before implementing the new education policy.
By 2035, India will lose the advantage of its young population. It is time to look at the future within the short 15 years time period. Priority should be on the maths, science, English, if we have to provide the opportunity of development to rural and backward areas and children.
Demands were also raised to include Punjabi as an official language in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. This is Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you for your time.